Hey guys, welcome to 4Play Anime Cast. This is the 12th of January 2018. We're not sure, by we I mean this is Spire and Dark. How are you doing?
Not good anymore. I
Yeah.
was doing pretty good. Now I'm
Today,
not.
yeah, it went very downhill. So we weren't sure whether we wanted to do the surprise stream today, but uh, yeah, then we started to watch Pop Team Epic, and then stuff started going pretty crazy. But anyways, we are doing a live reaction of Pop Team Epic Episode 1. We watched through half of it, and then we decided, fuck it, might as well live reaction thing. But I mean, it's pretty much all the same the entire way through, I think, so it's not like it really matters which part where we start upon. But yeah, I mean, initial reactions to the first half of Episode 1, Dark.
Like it's draining. It's one of those things where it's like I fucking don't like it, but at the same time I
It's
feel
like a car crash.
no, it's like I don't like it, but also saying that I hate it is an overstatement because I feel like nothing.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel anything watching it. Like I may as well be watching a blank screen for 90%
Or
of it.
just like random gifs of like dumb shit happening. But
Yeah.
I just, I mean, we were talking about this, not just us. Like pretty much everybody was talking about it beforehand, and we criticized it pretty heavily for what might happen, just like just memes coming up. And Dark actually pointed this out, where it's like just before um, we started watching the episode, he was just like, maybe what if we're wrong? Like maybe if it is funny, and like we'll kind of look like idiots, right? Just judging it so harshly. But like when we went through it, it's just like it's really shallow as we expected. It's actually, no, it's even worse than I expected. Actually, it's like WarioWare. If you guys have played that game, where it's just like mini games upon mini games, and all of the mini games have to be completed within like 5 seconds. It's like that sort of thing on crack. It's just like the jokes aren't even jokes. They're just like either random references, or the punchlines have been cut super short, or the build-up's cut super short, or things just happen and it's not even funny. It's just supposed to be like surreal, I guess. It's like it's so like the most charitable thing I could say about it is that it's like all over the place. But like honestly, it's just not good. Like I don't know what else to say about it. It's just not good. Right? I legitimately was like telling Dark before, like I was watching this, like I'm not even trying to be funny right now. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Like what am I what am I supposed to be watching right now? So it's that sort of show. But anyways, we're gonna finish off the second half here. You ready, Dark?
No, but I guess I'll do it anyway.
Yeah. All right. Three, two, one, go. All right. I'm gonna mute my stuff, I guess. Oh my god.
Why are they going back to this joke?
Oh wait, they're showing the preview. Oh, Shiroguro.
Yeah, they're
Oh, this
showing
is
the
like
preview for
the
the
fake
fake
show.
show
Yeah,
again.
exactly. Yeah. Oh, Daiichi, we're going now. Oh my god, it's the same scene.
Why does it keep stopping short on
Yeah, I
that
know. I
fucking
thought it froze.
pan? It's driving me
Yeah, I
insane.
thought it kept freezing. I thought my media player kept freezing.
Yeah, so did I. It's not.
Yeah, we're at 12 minutes 11 seconds. So if you guys want to sync there. Oh my god. I mean, I don't even get the contrast. Like, okay, so there's like this fake show, right? Okay, it exists, right? But like, what is the point of this? Is it supposed to make fun of this sort of like obvious like harem rom-com kind of thing? Is it supposed like I guess it is, but then is it just making fun of the fact that like these sorts of things exist? Is this like is this an idol thing? Like
Now it is
what is it?
because
I don't understand what the point of
it's
this fake show in like Pop TV is supposed to be. Like, like
I
I
mean,
legitimately don't understand.
I imagine what they're going for is they're probably trying to be like, oh my god, there's all these shows of the same type. Ain't that crazy? That come out, and it's like, it doesn't really work when your show isn't good. Wow, sick, the same gag again. Are we about to watch the same thing? Wait, did this just repeat?
Is this it? Is this in female
Wait, no,
voices?
they have different voices.
They're doing it. They're doing the exact same thing with the female
What the,
voices.
is this what's happening right? Is this actually happening right now?
All right. Well, this is. I don't.
Yo, did we just get baited?
Wait. Okay. So, the only. Wait. So I don't. Are they going to do this for the entire season? Is what I'm like curious about. Like, are
I
they
wish that I was hoping this was the entire season.
like are they like I legitimately don't understand. I guess is this the entire thing or no or like do, I don't even have the words to express like what's going on right now. Okay, so they're doing this for each episode, right? That's how they're making a full thing, or are they just gonna start going with the female voices or just the male voices for every episode? Like, what's going on?
I imagine they're going to be doing this for every episode, and this show was actually a short.
God, this Kimi no Nawa, this like your name is, this reference is so disappointing because it's like, or this joke is so disappointing because it's like, it makes the reference, okay, it does the build up, whatever, but then just like the punchline, like just is like one line, and it's not even that good, and then the joke kind of ends and it just falls flat. I'm just like, okay, you just fucked everything up. It's not funny. Like it could have been better, but it's just not. Oh my
You
god.
know, this would also be a better gag of doing like the female voice actresses in the second half if the other one actually still had the fucking.
Yeah. Wait, does Crunchyroll and Horrible Subs
They don't
have a
even have
sub?
a fucking. They don't even have a female voice actress for the other one. It's not even a female.
It's just the
At
falsetto.
least I'm fairly certain. It sounds like it's just falsetto.
Just, I really hope that they're not. Can we go? Is this?
I don't hope anything at this point, right? This is like the most fucking shallow, lol, so random fucking garbage I have ever seen.
This is like Newgrounds kind of stuff.
This isn't even, this is sub Newgrounds, dude. Like, let's be real here. Like, Newground shit is better than this. There's a lot of Newground stuff that's fucking better than this.
I don't understand this gag either. Like the explosive blah 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 dubstep and then these like explosions. Is this supposed to be like
I don't.
Batum? Is this supposed to be like a Batum reference?
I have no idea. All I know is that the mixing is bad and I can never hear them talking after that point.
Like they just do stuff. Like they're literally like that's the only thing I can say. Like they're just
It's
doing
the
stuff.
best part. It's so random.
Haha, that's just like me. And then we get this like Sotor gag again or whatever, right?
Yes.
Oh my god. The fuck. I mean, again, the worst part is they just have these references. They're not that funny in and of itself, or
Hold
even that
on,
good.
Spire. Hold on, Spire. Do you remember
Like,
Pokemon?
this shit. Like,
Don't you remember Pokemon?
fucking. It's just like shows Skyrim. It's like there's barely even a novelty factor to that because that's literally it's like 1 second of oh people of Pop Team Epic have played Skyrim. That's nice. Like
You know who else has played Skyrim? A fucking lot of people.
yeah, exactly.
It's not like this is some like Western game
Yeah, I know.
that like
Like
Japan hasn't really like, you know,
realize
done
yeah,
shit with.
it's
Like
fucking
what the
Skyrim.
fuck?
Yeah,
There's a massive Japanese modding community for Skyrim, for fuck's sake. Like,
yeah.
yeah, of course.
It's like fucking like making a Call of Duty reference, being like, oh my god, do you know what Call of Duty is? It's like, come on, guys.
No, a direct Call of Duty reference would even be more impressive.
That is actually true.
Because that I don't even think has as much of a Japanese audience as Skyrim does.
This thing like legitimately bugs me more than like one of those like meme YouTube channels. It's just like actually fucking kill me. Oh my god.
We done yet? Oh my god.
Oh god, we're going over the hippo skin again.
We're doing this again.
God, this.
But didn't you get it on like that third frame when they did the Dragon Ball Super Saiyan eyes? Like,
Yeah.
didn't you get that? Wasn't that great?
Haha. Oh my god. And like I'm not even like I haven't I'm literally muting the sound and I'm like watching it and it's still fucking like yeah, Prince of the Universe is like but you guys just don't get it. It's so meta, guys. It's meta.
It's not even. How is it meta?
No, no,
It's
no.
not
He's making fun of
meta.
it. Yeah, he's making.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, people are gonna say that, and it's like, it's not meta.
Oh, I'm so tired watching this right now. Masashi super dry. To you. Oh my god. Eat this cuttable. I see the. Like I legitimately don't understand like like what am I? Is this supposed to be a humorous show? Like at this point, that's actually what I'm wondering. Like, is this supposed to be a humorous show, or is it just supposed to be like some sort of like artsy kind of thing? Is that what it is? Is it like an expression of art, or art is this legitimately trying to be like funny?
I don't know what's happening. Wait, why is this part subbed? Now it's subbed.
Yeah, I still wait. What? I still don't understand why.
Why didn't they sub the first half then?
Yeah, yeah. Why did it? Oh, it's because they didn't have the Japanese underneath. So Crunchyroll people were too lazy to actually find, somebody that speaks basic French and sub this, the first part, because they didn't have the Japanese subs back then. But now it has the Japanese subs the second time, and they translated it. So they were just being lazy as fuck.
I gotta see this on Crunchyroll really quick.
No, no, no. The first time there were no subs.
They only have one episode on Crunchyroll, but how long is it? Does it list it anywhere? Because I don't want to sign up for a free one. And all it gives me is the 2-minute trailer.
Oh my god, I don't know. Oh my god, I'm still watching this. Are you angry?
No, they do post. This is directly from Crunchyroll.
Yeah,
Holy fuck, dude.
I'm actually.
How did they. How.
Why did they? It's so obnoxious
Like,
how they're
this show
so.
is a piece of shit, but, like, that's not an excuse for Crunchyroll to have fucking done what just happened.
I like how they're like, you know what? Other languages we can't translate that stuff. It's like we've never had anybody ever speak any language other than Japanese or English. We can't do that stuff,
It's not even that, Spire. They had the second half. They could have just put the subs that they did in the second half in the first half.
Hey man, they're not weeaboos, okay? Okay. Is this the end?
Is this the actual fucking end yet? Are we done?
Wait, they're gonna try to do some like weird surprise thing at the end, so I'm like watching it up until the very very end. Preview. Why did they put the preview of the fake show up again? Why do they do that? Oh my god, this is the same. Is this the exact replica of the first half?
Yeah, it's the exact same thing as the first half,
All right, it ended. Oh my god.
but with one female voice actor
I'm actually
for
so
it.
I'm actually so tired after watching that. I'm so tired, Dark. Yeah, the fake show would have been better than this show. I agree.
It would have. That was
The
like
fake show's
legitimately.
premise had more story than this did.
I
Oh,
I I didn't think that would have been one of the worst things I've ever seen, but that was actually one of the worst things I've
if
ever watched.
if
Like
if
I
like
really didn't think it was going to be like that.
if somebody gave you the option to choose between Neo Yokio and this,
I'd fucking watch Neo Yokio in a heartbeat. I actually get some modicum of enjoyment
they actually
out
tried
of Neo
like doing like a
Yokio.
story in Neo Yokio at least.
Well, Neo Yokio, and I'm not giving it credit for anything because it's
Yeah,
fucking stupid and
yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah.
But they actually tried to make a show.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
just failed horribly.
Yeah, I agree. I get what
I
you're
mean, I'm
saying.
sure they didn't have a big budget, and
Mhm.
I'm sure had a fucking not exactly star-studded team of anyone with experience. So it's
Right,
like,
exactly.
even if Neo Yokio had like an amazing production staff,
Yeah, it
it
was
still would have
helped.
been like fucking bad because it's stupid and the voice actors like obviously aren't
Well, it was
used to voice acting
the
shows.
audio visual was helped out by I believe it was Trigger, right? But then like the production, the art, the direction of like the story and everything were all Western, if I remember correctly.
No, the storyboards were by I think JC staff or something.
DC stuff. Okay.
It was the production of it though was all Western, I
Okay.
believe.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I think it was like storyboarding was like either JC or some other thing. I don't think Trigger had anything to do with it. I think it might have been like Silverlink and JC or A1 and JC,
Right.
but it was two fairly big studios doing like storyboards and shit, and then I'm pretty sure the West did all the animation and all the like production work.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, either way, like at least that is a show. Like that was trying to be a show of some kind. And like this, I don't know what the goal was
It's not even
of
trying to be a
this
show.
in
Yeah.
general. Like it is the most fucking bland and just brain dead fucking humor because there's nothing there. It's just all like barely even references. It's just all like fucking nonsense. And
Again,
it seems like it's trying to be funny with like the random factor, which was never really funny to begin with, unless you're a fucking 12-year-old on the internet. But
yeah. It's again the. I legitimately at this point, like again, I'm not trying to be facetious. I'm really not. Like at this point, I'm legitimately wondering, is this supposed? Yeah, it's like anime Robot Chicken kind of thing. It's like, but Robot Chicken was like okay, so Robot Chicken in its context, right? Like was like the channel like the when it aired and stuff like that, like it was in this context where it was implied that it was supposed to be this like sort of degenerate like humor show. You know what I mean? Like like you watch it late at night, you know, you're supposed to get sort of this like, you know, drunk ass laugh out of it kind of thing, right? But like this like even within this like anime context, like I don't have a clue. I at this point again, not trying to be facetious at all. I am not sure how I should be approaching this show. And I know some people will say some bullshit stuff like, you know, just because you're trying to see it from their perspective, like you shouldn't do that. You should just take it as it is. But like, what is what are the creators' intents behind this? Is it supposed to be this sort of like expression of their art in a much more like cultural slash like meme manner? Like they're trying to, you know, infuse infuse like sort of their art with all these like memes or whatever, or express their art or express whatever through these memes, or is it actually
What
just
is
like
their art? Is my
yeah,
follow-up
exactly,
question, by
exactly,
the
exactly.
way.
But that's another barrel of worms. So we'll leave that a little bit for later. But or is this supposed to be an actual humorous show? But they've done it in just such like a sporadic like fucking Jackson Pollock like just like just splattering the memes on the screen kind of way. Like I don't understand which of it is. Whether it's some sort of interesting expression of art, or whether it's comedy focused. And it's very obnoxious. Like I just don't understand, and it's not like it's. I don't think I'm being like an old like out of touch whatever when I'm saying this. It's like it's just not that funny.
No, you're not being like. That's the thing, is like that's not even being jaded. It's just legitimately not funny.
It's like
But I mean, like you brought up the robot chicken thing, and it's like I'll give Robot Chicken a lot of shit because
or at the
well, like I
very
didn't
least
think Robot Chicken was very good, but it
it was understandable in its context, right? Again, the implication from like when it aired, like what it was surrounded by, stuff like that, right? Like its Western context was like, oh, it's supposed to be this like super degenerate show. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
but even then, they still had actual reference. Like
yeah,
there were references, and but it didn't stop there. There were punchlines to the things.
yeah,
Like
yeah. Yeah.
you think
What
back
I'm
to
saying is that
even like think. Here's a comparison. Like think of Robot Chickens. I don't know how many gags they had with Pokemon, but they had at least one
mhm.
where it was like Pikachu and the Pokeball, and it's like a strip club or something.
Right.
Or, but like then look at this show's Pokemon reference. What did it have? It
It's
had
just like
that other
Pokemon.
character looking like the starters.
Yeah.
That's it. That's where it began and where it fucking
Yeah,
ended.
where it
So
ended.
like,
Yeah, exactly.
so like, what am I supposed to get out of that? Like, wow, you know what Pokemon is? I bet no one else in Japan knows what fucking Pokemon is. Thank you so much for representing Pokemon. No one's ever done that before. Like the entire my entire experience with this can pretty much be summed up to that Dota voice clip of the guy
Yeah.
screaming, "No one's ever done that,"
Yeah, exactly, exactly,
but
exactly.
like in the most sarcastic manner.
Yeah,
Like holy shit.
yeah, it just it's so again. I think the most uh representative example out of this series from what I've seen in episode one is again that part with I mean I wouldn't even say the most representative, but the best part of it that still failed. I mean other than the fake show, right? Was the Kimi no Na wa skit, where it was like the best they could do was they had an okay like reference, they had an okay build up, right? And then they just completely blew the punchline. They were like, okay, I'm me. And I'm just like, okay, that was sort of okay, I guess. And then they just ended. And I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Like, you just completely deflated the punchline. Like, how do you want me to react to this? And it's like, that was honestly probably their best skit in the episode. And it's like, it's really disappointing. Like I came in expecting like negative things, as did Dark here, but we were still left disappointed. Like I don't understand how that's even possible.
Yeah, well, cause that I mean that's like what I was saying, where the like the whole thing of when we were first coming in the back of my mind, I was like, this might be one of those situations where I was shitting on it before I actually really saw it, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden I
maybe it's
see it,
not
and I'm
too
like,
bad,
fuck,
right?
yeah, I have to eat my words now and take it all back and
Mm-hmm.
just pick up everything. But now it's like, and I'm not happy to be correct about this
Yeah,
because that was
exactly.
fucking bad,
Yeah.
and I'm not happy about it because
Again,
I
like,
still had to sit through fucking 24 minutes of that.
and it's not like again we want like if people can utilize references correctly, we want more of those shows. Like again, like Nyatako, the series that we always put out. Like we want more of those kinds of things, but it's just that people. I mean, especially with Pop Team Epic, they're not taking the effort to do anything really. They're not taking the
That's what I'm
effort.
saying. What is redeemable about this fucking show?
Hmm.
or
It's
series
again,
in
it's
general.
so I was talking to Dark before we actually started watching this, where I was like, um, I think a lot of people are kind of getting used to this devaluation of empathy, and what that means, like it's sort of, it sounds formal, but essentially what it means is like, um, they're devaluing the way empathy is defined, or like kind of reducing it to nothing much, which means essentially an example would be like, before, let's say you're like, oh, I relate to this story, or I relate to this like theme or concept or whatever of puberty, or of like, uh, existential crisis or whatever it is. Before, a lot of times, when people were like, I empathize with this. It's with like a more a multifaceted or a deeper set of stories or themes, or it's with several things that align together, and you're like, oh, I can really empathize with a lot of this. But now, I don't want to say nowadays, but recently some series have come up where a lot of this sort of like, oh, I can empathize with this, is when people say that, they're like, oh, they're playing Street Fighter or they're playing a fighting game. I play fighting games. It's very terminal in that sense. It's very like, oh, this is like the one like little like hobby that I do. They also show up for like 5 seconds, and then they do it, and that is just like kind of silly, right? It's like it's very shallow and doesn't really mean much in terms of relations. It's kind of like that one thing where it's like Anthony Scaramucci, right, when he was Trump's communications director, he was just like, somebody asked him, right? It was like a British interviewer asked him, like, what's so every man, what's so working class about Trump? And Scaramucci responded, he eats hamburgers and pizza, and the person's just like, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? Everybody eats hamburgers, everybody eats pizza, right? That doesn't mean anything. So it's like when you devalue the sort of the definition of being relatable or empathy like that, it's just like it's whatever. And then the second thing that follows from that, obviously, if you make it that shallow, is it devalues the impact, where it's like, okay, oh, I can relate to that small thing. I get some little, euphoria being like, man, oh, that guy did something that I do. But then that's it, right? There's no real deeper meaning behind that. You can't really follow it through, right? So it's uh, this sort of devaluation of relatability of empathy is very kind of troubling to me, at least.
I mean, I think your best summary was what you had said with the T-shirt in the mall, where it's like you go
Yeah,
to a mall and you see someone wearing like a T-shirt of like something you've seen or played. Do you like how the fuck? Yeah, okay,
you
it's
get that like
cool
one
that
second, yeah, yeah,
yeah, like okay, cool, that person knows that thing too, but like if I walk into a mall and I see someone wearing a fucking Skyrim shirt, like my life is not changed.
yeah,
Like I don't
exactly.
feel for them. I'm like, okay,
There's a
cool,
difference
you've played
between that.
Skyrim, so have a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. There's a difference between that and maybe, finding a girlfriend or boyfriend that plays like Skyrim, or like will play Skyrim with you. Like that's sort of like a deeper thing. It's like that's an entire like personality change. That's an entire sort of like, oh, we bond with each other kind of thing, right? But it's like just seeing like an emblem or whatever. It's not very
Yeah,
yeah.
well that's the thing though, is that it's as shallow as the emblem. Like when you start getting into conversations about something and that like sort of experience, like that's very very different and not what the show had to offer at all. It didn't talk about any of the references it was like introducing. It just didn't go anywhere with anything.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate that I guess we would have been warned about this if you had read the manga or the yonkama or whatever. But I did. I have not read
Even
Platinum
then, I
Thing.
honestly refuse to believe that the manga, because like everything that Toast has been putting in chat and that like a lot of the things I've been seeing with the whole meta
Mm.
excuse has been like, oh, but they got like the male voice actors they referenced in the manga, and it's like, so
Yeah,
like who the
I
fuck
know,
cares? Like if they were like, oh
really.
man, if they brought up fucking Sugita Nakamura and all of a sudden it's like Sugita Nakamura in this show, it's like who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, like
that's
Apple
not
Girl has
exactly compelling.
Aoyuki.
That's
Yeah, it would be like the case with like Aho Girl, where it's like it has like Yuki and like Aoyuki and Sugita Tonkazu, right? Tonkazu Sugita, and
Well,
okay, it's
it's
like it
it's
doesn't really
different
matter, yeah.
because people are saying like this is like has any sort of value because they referenced it in the manga of like wanting to get those voice actors for the anime, and now
Yeah.
they have them. Isn't that funny? And it's like, no, they hired people. Who fucking cares?
It's yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's
Like
very
that doesn't even really count as a fucking meta joke.
I don't know. It's very like it's not even crass. It's just half-hearted at the end of the day. I mean, do you have any last words for it, Dark?
Yeah, there's a fucking fidget spinner in it, so that should pretty much tell you everything you need to know about staying away from this fucking piece of shit.
The fidget spinner, like that part with the fidget spinner, is
That was
about
the most meta part in the show.
that was also like how about the average value of the skits that went on in the show. Like I kid you not, there are some skits that literally just happened. They like did stuff, and then they just ended, and you're like, oh, okay. But as for me, just don't okay. Like the whole like don't watch this stuff should be pretty obvious from what we said. But like, don't support this kind of garbage, please. Just don't. I don't know what else to say. Just don't support this kind of garbage, please. It's really not helping anybody, and it's really not that funny. But anyways, I guess we'll be off for now. Again, if you do like what we do, please check us out at 4playerAnimeCast.moe, our website with all of our content on there, as well as our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/4playerAnimeCast, that's with the number 4, Twitter at 4ppAnimeCast, and YouTube 4playerAnimeCast. We stream our main podcast every other Saturday, starting from 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about the latest and greatest. Certainly not this. In terms of Japanese media or animation media, anime, manga, visual novel, light novel, web novel, and the rest. So yeah, until then, see you later. Oh my god, that was.
I'm honestly like I'm just angry.